won't even screw it up. It's the last time you can do it, so I won't screw it up this time. So that you can have just I'll give you this one. Go ahead and go live.
Okay, thanks, buddy.
Cole, we're gonna go live. Cole.
Oh,
we're gonna go live.
Okay. Hey, this is Comic Burrito. This week in comics.
Comics. Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
I don't want to spill beer on my comics.
I'm just okay.
see ya.
Bye.
I'm so
Was that-
confused.
Was that it?
I'm
Was that
Cole.
all your? I'm Nick.
Did you not get the script?
I'm really confused. Did I not know I didn't get a script? I got vague messages and not even an invite, more of a command. And now I'm here. The guy that doesn't buy his comics till 6 p.m. West Coast time, and it's 6 p.m. West Coast time.
Yeah, so you're ready to talk about all the books that came out this week,
Yeah,
or today and yesterday.
Today and yesterday. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I just make it up anyway. I mean, basically, that's what I do on my channel.
Right. Yeah, it's easy.
But now that you're part of our channel,
What?
Am I really though?
I mean, are you? You signed the contract.
I was going to say I didn't get a contract. My lawyer says there is no. Perhaps you sent it to Creating Chaos,
Oh, is that a thing? What's that?
another channel.
Oh, what are they about?
Perhaps you sent it to Entropy in Comics, which is basically entropy. Basically means chaos. Perhaps you sent it to Kevin at Entropy in Comics.
I wasn't listening.
I don't know what Cole's doing.
Oh.
Oh, I was pouring this into a bottle because it's Whiskey Wednesday.
Oh.
Every Wednesday I forget. Although you know what, this Wednesday I don't think I have any. There's some locked in this this thing, and I don't know where the keys are. I'm not ready to break it yet,
I'll order a Jameson in a minute.
so I haven't gotten desperate enough for it.
I mean, I'm not going to get something really big. I'll just get a Jameson. Is that okay for Whiskey Wednesday? Does that work?
It has an E in it.
Yeah, no, the E and the no E doesn't matter. I hope you know that.
Yeah, I know, but I think that
Comics this week.
Comics this week. Our lawyers might have something to say over that. We'll
they
have to see.
definitely do.
So do you want to
I say-
explain? Do you want to explain to the people in the same cryptic language that you explained to me what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, I wore my Ninja Turtle shirt for this specific reason.
I mean, you really wanted X-Men representation in the show, as that's what happened. Like, who gives a shit about Green Lantern now?
Well, and
No.
yeah, Todd didn't know anything about X-Men at all.
Yeah,
I don't think he's ever read an X-Men book in his life.
yeah.
I said that I would read an X-Men, but then like
There's
a
so
lot
much
of
DC for the big two here. Mostly indie, so I respect you guys. That's why I stuck around. But for the big two, there's so much DC representation. I mean, the only worse review show that's just too DC is, Mars and Comics Will Break Your Heart. And not worse, it's a great show, but worse on like just loving DC over too much.
I mean,
I
they're
think-
good.
Yeah, I like a lot of DC. I've been reading a lot more Marvel though. I have a few this week. I read Trials of Ultraman #1.
That's not Marvel though. That's a licensed comic. It's
It
Marvel,
was-
but it's licensed.
Is it? Okay. It was very good. I liked it a lot. I haven't read any of that before. I did read some King in Black too. I read that one shot, the
I was
Spider-Man.
so excited when you were like, I read some King in Black, and it's like one of the things that I definitely did not read in King in Black.
Yeah, no one read that issue. I only read that issue because you did, and we'll talk about it. I do want to talk about that issue, but
We can talk about it right now, right?
Sure. I pulled 3 Marvel
know.
books this week,
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here.
and I have not read any of them, but I pulled 3 of them, and these are the 3 that I pulled.
What did you get? Still okay. What's
So-
that third one there? Gamma Force?
Force.
Okay.
It is a new Al Ewing book. That's the only reason I grabbed it.
Yeah, I
okay.
grabbed it. I grabbed it, but from Gmart, so I'll see it in like in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, you pulled some crappy Marvel books.
Yeah, Silk's not very good, but like I feel bad dropping it. Guardians of the Galaxy has been pretty all right.
Well, Travis likes Guardians. He said that book was really good. He told me to read it. I was like, well, I haven't read anything before.
Yeah, the Kate's run was good. It got kind of weird, but then when Al Ewing took over, it improved.
Yeah.
I will probably get any Al Ewing book that comes out of Marvel.
Really? I think he's okay. I mean, he was like a
I'll
jobber.
at least give it a try.
It's mean to call him a jobber writer, but before Immortal Hulk, he was sort of like Greg Pak, like a guy that just wrote a lot for Marvel. You know, he was always there. He was probably on time. That's why his name was on a lot of stuff. But there's no before Immortal Hulk, there was no like Al Ewing must-read book. And for Greg Pak, I still don't think there really is. They're just good writers that can be consistent, kind of thing, you know. So, yeah, I mean, after Immortal Hulk, I can't really think of anything that's super great from Al Ewing.
That's the only book. Well, he did Guardians, which has been pretty all right. I guess he did write that Avengers Far From Home. I totally did not read any of that.
Neither did I.
I think I grabbed the first issue.
First appearance of Immortal Hulk in that, though.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Hey, look, Kane Paul. Thank you, Kane Paul. That's great.
Yeah, look, we're talking Marvel now. I mean, here, let's get into another random book that I'm just going to pull one out of the stack. I think we all, I would assume, maybe read this book.
Oh, I read it.
I didn't read it. I read that in trade. I did buy it.
Oh.
I bought it because it looked cool.
And the sweet Virgin variant, too.
I got both of them, and that's very,
it's a Cole. I like to call those Cole variants.
It's got some spot UV on there.
The A and the B for.
Did you get the A and the B?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one glows in the dark, and it's really weird. Our shop, like,
what one glows in the dark?
That one does.
This one does?
Yeah, Erica Slaughter glows in the dark.
Oh,
dude. Turn your lights off.
Yeah.
Well, I can't because then I won't be able to see anything.
Today, when you're doing your little jerk off session in the closet, you could just bring that with you.
I can bring this with me. A little girl glowing in the dark.
I mean, she's legal.
Not in this.
Definitely not, dude.
Not in this, because this is prequel.
Like a 14-year-old girl. Look at that's what she looks like. This is
I'm not even reading
Erica.
No,
that's Erica right there.
So
this is the origin story. This is issue 2. This is just
I got volume 3 coming in the mail like in the next 4 days. So I don't know what's going on right now.
I liked this a lot better than number 1. Well, I want to say number 1, but because this is the second issue of this arc, and I liked this one a lot better than the first one.
Yeah. So pro tip, Nick, if you do that, don't bring it with you.
No, I won't. Just for light.
Yeah,
I'll bring my Cthulhu Invades Oz.
Yeah, bring that or Ghost Rider 50. That still glows in the dark sometimes.
Is sweet.
I got the Venom too.
It's like the super 90s one.
And I got the Geiger and the Nocteras as well.
Plenty
of light.
Yeah, put all of them in the closet.
Yeah, you don't even need to use electricity now.
No.
Hey, all those comics but I just want the people in the chat to know all those comics are actually right behind him right now. That's what's making that.
Yeah, that's what it is there. Yeah.
Nah.
And everything's completely dark. I can't see anybody. My monitor's off. Oh, hold on.
Well, can I just show a random comic
that
I haven't read yet?
That you haven't read yet?
No, I haven't read it. Yeah,
I have also not read Giga number 4. I read Giga number 1.
I don't know if I read number 1 or not. Who does
this
that?
Book's the shit. Vault, and it's Ron B is the hot thing right now, but he's in a group of 4 guys, writers called White Noise, and Alex Packendale's one of them. And they're great. They're like the new wave of British heavy metal, except for comics.
Well, that was like the old giant mechs, right? Like,
yeah, I was only okay. What happened? Oh, I was only okay with issue 1, and it's just gotten better and better with every issue. And Vault's solid. Like, Vault's something I try to get almost everything of if I can, or at least in trade. So
I'm definitely not good at asking. I have a back button.
Oh.
But Giga was, I didn't love the first one, but I also don't like robots for some reason.
Yeah, it got better with every issue. It's one of those kind of books.
Yeah, I think I grabbed the first issue and then I just kind of paused it. But maybe I'll check it out and trade.
That was one I think maybe I read number 1 and decided to trade weight that one.
Hold on, Sam's in Canada. He has a request, and I think he might still be locked down because Canada's like 13% vaccinated or something. There we go.
Oh yeah, just a full bar.
Oh yeah. We're all alcoholics here in Vegas. I mean, it's functional. You either make it here or you don't with all your addictions.
That's fair.
Proud of you, bud.
Let's do. Somebody mentioned this in the chat.
Thank you. Can I do a Jameson? Sure. Yeah, neat.
That was a banger book.
I think we need to.
that?
I want to start going to restaurants and bars and stuff and doing
Comic reviews.
Yeah, I love that.
Stream from
So-
we'll both be at Cheers.
Yeah.
So if you guys go to
different
my
tables, we can see each other in the background.
that'd be awesome. If you guys go to my my reviews from the summer of I think 2018, they're all from bars in Poland.
Oh, really?
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Like it'd have been before you guys even had the channel, I think.
Well, yeah,
And
for sure.
yeah, I'm just sitting in bars like this, exactly like this, just in Poland, and you can hear like people come up to me and ask if I want more beer in Poland.
What beer are you drinking?
It's just the hazy. I think there's only a select few that are the 2-for-1. But I've run out of that now. I've run out of 2 for it. It ended at 6 p.m. Pacific.
Oh, which is, a time.
Hold on. If we're still on Stray Dogs, did anyone get the 3rd print of number 1?
No, but I kind of wish I did because
That
that's
one is
Scream.
solid.
That's Scream, right?
Yeah. That's great.
That's
cool.
pretty great. Everybody was freaking out over this book early on, and I thought it was fine. But it really stuck the ending. This last issue kind of got me. So I liked it in its entirety. Now having the end.
I read number 1 and I liked it, but I go, they're just gonna kill some dogs in here, and then that's what everyone's like, don't spoil it. I was like, I didn't read it. I spoiled this long before it was released. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I think it was on our chat that you said dogs die in this issue, and it was like the one issue where a dog first died.
Yeah,
it does happen. I think there's a website that actually tracks that, like doesthedogdie.com, or there's a website that'll tell you can, if there's a movie or a show that involves a dog, it'll tell you whether or not the dog dies, so you know not to watch it if you don't like that kind of a thing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Not that I like that kind of a thing, but I can handle reading about it. And it was a really good story. It was a really good end, and I am excited to see what comes next out of it too.
Oh, that's the worst sentence you could ever say in a review.
Well, no, because they announced that there's going to be another go of it. So, but it'll be a different story.
So I made fun of the sentence. I'm excited to see what's next because that's what everyone says in their review. But I forgot that Greg from Bearded Comic Bro had just said that. I think he took it as a little bit of an insult, but it wasn't directed at him. It was directed at in general because everyone says that.
Yeah.
So, I said it before, and now I say it more consciously because you said something about it.
Oh,
now it's I'll say it more, and it's kind of tongue in cheek because of that. But
that's good.
Well, here's a book
but it's always true. It's always true.
Checkmate number 1. This is Brian Michael Bendis. Believe is the artist. This comes from the events of Event Leviathan, which I didn't read. I just saw that this dope dude was on the book, aka Green Arrow, so I bought it. I don't know if this book is good or not good, but if you read Event Leviathan, maybe you'll know.
I didn't.
I was going to, and then Don actually told me that it wasn't very good.
Poser is the only person, and I only know this because I watched his video today where he said he's excited for that book because he liked Leviathan. I think everyone else, Poser, everyone else said it was terrible.
You think he's lying?
I knew some other people like Leviathan.
Yeah.
The only thing I heard a lot of people say that it seemed pretty good. I heard a lot of there wasn't a stuck landing and who actually I don't even know the way that this issue
It was
went.
Manhunter. It was Manhunter.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Not Martian Manhunter, just regular.
Well, Manhunter is now part of the Checkmate. I assumed it was Talia or no one knew. by just reading this and not reading any of that.
The best part of the DC universe is when Donny Cates destroyed it in Thor #4.
Wait, what?
Those are liked. I like Ten of Swords. Last Ray, Ten of Swords was great. Get out of here. Ten of Swords was amazing.
Speaking of Ten of Swords, do you read any Marvel sword-related books?
I didn't. Yeah, of course you didn't. You're busy reading.
Well, I read Iron Fist, Heart of the Dragon #3, and I believe there are swords in that.
You know, what's happening in the Hickman books right now is, you know, they're tying you. You know, if you make the investment of the time and stuff, like what they're doing is they're tying you deeper in. You know, like I could understand, like a lot of people bought Planet Size X-Men because they thought it was going to be something huge, and it actually was pretty big. But it's like, okay, you didn't have the impact of reading the previous 100 issues or something. You know what I mean? Right. And if you're someone that goes, I mean, that's a big investment. You know, you don't have to read all 100 issues, but you don't know which ones you should. Then I get it. Like they sort of fucked up in that sense. Like that's not great if I were their finance guy. But for those of us that are invested in it, it's been really cool, like a lot of fun, you know, and I'm not hopping in and out. Like I'm one of the people that are reading every Hickman book, you know, and when it's all over, I'm probably going to be like, man, there was a lot of filler. Someone needs to make a must read list because a shit ton of this is not must read.
What is the best X-Men book?
X-Men and X-Force. You know,
I heard a lot of people love Marauders.
Yeah, a lot of people do. I don't love it as much as those people, but I still like it. But X-Men is because that ties closest to like all the weird stuff that happened in Hoxpox. Like Hickman is using that and the giant size one shots to push that story forward. And then X-Force is cool so long as you're not like tied to these mutants being superheroes. X-Force is cool is because if mutants separated and became a country, like X-Force is sort of like their CIA, you know, and they're doing really questionable things. Like Beast is basically a villain right now, like doing secret, underhanded CIA shit, you know. And in this Wolverine, which is basically an X-Force, you know, they share a lot of storylines, and they're both written by Ben Percy. You know, at this point, it's like, okay, Beast is basically a criminal. You know, Wolverine might do something about it. Like it's getting pretty intense, and that's like a side story. It doesn't have anything to do with like what Hickman is doing, you know. It's just like what spins out of having a nation. You know, you have to have this like CIA like covert ops. But anyway, don't buy it. It's
that's because I really liked House of X and Powers of 10. Yeah. I just read the trade, and from not like reading X-Men or anything, I took that on vacation with us and read through it and really, really liked it. But then it seemed overwhelming. So I'm waiting until it's like done.
Yeah, and then
I'll maybe it's like 7,000 issues.
Well, I'll just read it all on Marvel Unlimited. They'll have a reading list of some kind that you can just go through it.
Exactly, and that's what needs to sort of happen. Like, it's hard for me to tell you what the reading list is because a lot of people dropped Excalibur, right? And then it turned out like what was happening in Excalibur was important for Ten of Swords, right? So someone like John's Comics with Kids, he dropped Excalibur early, and then when Ten of Swords came out, he's like, oh, I got to go read it now. So bought a bunch of back issues, you know. And so, yeah, at the end of the day, someone will have to make a good reading list, you know, so that you can read it in 100 issues or something. Hickman's like full run.
Yeah, it just seems like the type of thing, like if I wasn't reading other comics, then maybe I'd go all in on it and it'd be cool to have it all. But
yeah, and part of it is like when I was a kid, I couldn't afford all the X-Men comics when X-Men was at its height. And so I'm almost doing that. Like when Hoxpox came out, I was like, oh, that's a great starting point. It's Hickman, so I know it's going to be at least talkable. Like if it's bad, you could at least talk about it. He's going to have crazy ideas, and that's sort of what made me go all in on it. Was like, you know, like this is almost like me as a kid just being able to spend the money on it. And when it's done and he leaves, I'll probably like stop X-Men. I wasn't buying X-Men before Hoxpox either, by the way. I'm like a newish X-Men reader. You know, I hop in and out.
Okay. I have a tough time doing that sometimes, but then now like stuff with there's another one that came out today with Shadow Man with Valiant and stuff. I'm starting to just kind of take the plunge and just like, it's like it's nice to know the stuff before, but most of the time it catches you up and you know enough. Sometimes you might have to get a couple issues in to get a real good feel for it, but it was the same thing with DC. I kept wanting to start way early and come up, and finally it was like, nope, I'm just gonna New 52 and on, and I'll have plenty to read.
That's the way to go. I mean, you're also not dumb, right? Like you could pick up a comic book and like figure out what's going on.
Right. Yeah, there's enough. So many of them have enough context and stuff. Marvel's really easy, I've been finding, because they usually have with the King in Black. I didn't know any King in Black. But then I opened up that Spider-Man, and there's that little short paragraph that's like, hey, there's this Null guy, and he's like the king of symbiotes. And, and it just like, it's like, oh, okay. And then you read through, and you know everything that's going on. It's kind of nice.
Yeah,
I don't know if you heard the news, Biggie, but we traded Todd to Whack Comics, and we picked up Chaos on the waiver wire.
Yeah, and Biggie's on our side because he's clashing with Whack right now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. The whole community's just being torn apart.
How do you feel about that Shadow Man? I
liked it. I still like Shadow Man. I've only read 3 issues of Shadow Man total, and the character is very intriguing to me. And it's not something that normally voodoo type stuff is not something that usually is something that I read, aside from Voodoo Nations, I guess. But it's a cool character. It's some really great art too.
Yeah, and Cullen Bunn's the writer on that one, so you know that it's at least slightly solid enough.
John Davis Hunt doing the art. Yeah, it's a solid book. It's a solid book.
The second issue kind of had was like 2 things at once, which was kind of weird.
Are you planning on getting Ninjak?
Ninjak. I don't know.
Ninjak?
So I saw.
That's the art.
Yeah, the art definitely looks cool. I saw those like the 10 few pages or the first 7 or whatever they have online.
So I'm gonna make you guys want to buy it now. I
already want to buy it. Look at that one. That one's cool.
Yeah, it has like Nintendo. Feels like 8-bit Nintendo sorta.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna make you guys want to buy it though, because I did see a Comicsgate post on Twitter that said, "Look at what these SJWs are doing," and they showed Ninjak art from like a year ago. That was like looked like a '90s comic.
Yeah.
And then compared it to this that looked like Ninja Gaiden, 8-bit Ninja Gaiden, and then they're just all being fucking idiots and disgusting. Like based on those 2 art styles, right? So that made me right there. I'm buying Ninjak. Now
it's not the style that I would like if I didn't know, if it didn't have something else going for it, I might not get it just based on the art itself. But it's cool, it's interesting, and I don't know a whole lot about that character. He's cameoed in some of the Bloodshot stuff that I've read. So it's enough that I'm curious, and I got to pick up the number 1.
Yeah, Valiant's really good with like letting you jump in on a number 1, and because I was reading Rye number 1, and you know what I mean. I could tell something big had happened.
Is that the Matt Kent one?
The one I read would have been after that. I started reading Matt Kent's Exo Manowar though in my Hoopla reads my daily Hoopla reads, and that's the first issue was freaking amazing.
I know that new guy Ryan really liked that. So
yeah.
Yeah, I like it. The only Valiant that I had that I got the Savage, I think it is number 1.
The Savage.
I think it's the Was it the Savage? Or
no,
Savage?
Savage. It's just Savage.
Just Savage.
Oh, okay.
It was I think number 4 is maybe out or going to be out soon.
Yeah.
And it was good because it was like, oh, it's another one that's a number 1. Maybe I'll get it, but that one I might leave out.
Bang.
Oh, I read that.
I didn't read it. I didn't read it yet, but this is I probably like Dan Waters a little more than Rom B. They're probably equal. I think people that love Rom B today need to go read Paradiso. Because I don't even think Layla Starr is better than that, and I love Layla Starr.
I really liked the last issue a lot. The rest of it's been good, but not my absolute favorite.
That's interesting because I think I heard everyone like raving about that last issue, and
Really?
I was okay with it. I like the first two a lot better.
Like I didn't like issue 5. Issue 6 kind of reins it back in for me, but
Are you
it's
talking about Homesick Pilots?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, we're talking about Layla Starr. Just kidding.
we
switched,
switched
yeah.
for a second, but we can go
For a
back.
second.
Yeah, I like that issue a lot. They kind of had this weirdness to it. But
Yeah,
you
I
never
liked
read
issue
it, so.
5. I liked issue 5.
Then you'll
that first
probably
trade.
really like this one, I think.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean,
It's gone in a direction that I wasn't really expecting, and for me, the art is my favorite part of that book right now.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
colors. The colors
Yeah.
are fantastic.
yeah. Well, this is that. So issue 5 had a bunch of superhero action in it almost. This one doesn't
Yep.
have that much.
Nope, but it deals with why that was.
Yeah, well, that's awesome because there's no book like Homesick Pilots out there. Even as
Nope.
good as Coffin Bound was, it reminded me a lot of Pretty Deadly, just set in a different era.
I heard.
Um,
I know that Aaron from Girls Talk Comics, they did an episode of that and they really liked it. Did you like Pretty Deadly?
yeah, I didn't
Okay.
read The Rat. I read the first 2 volumes. You know what's confusing about Pretty Deadly if you're reading it in trade?
They're each their own thing, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So I didn't know that. I thought I just didn't understand something when I was reading the second one.
Nice.
But I still enjoyed it. You know, it's sort of like, you know, it was like Coffin Bound, where you're not really sure what the fucking thing is saying or doing necessarily, but you're enjoying the ride. You know, east to west is the same way.
Yeah.
So Flash
Oh.
Ray asked if anyone read Spawn Universe. I did. Did you read it, Nick?
I read the first 2 pages and went, you know what? I think I need to read like 308 issues of Spawn first because
Not that many.
I don't give a shit really about what's like. I started reading it and I just didn't care at all because I'm like, I don't really know what's happening. I thought it'd be a good jumping on point like we were talking about before. Maybe it
might
was.
be.
It is.
Maybe I got to just push past those first couple pages.
Yeah, it is.
Or just go to the final like 10 pages or 12 or 15, whatever. I like that way better than the actual story. They have like 4 smaller stories with like She Spawn, Medieval Spawn, Gunslinger Spawn, and maybe Plague Spawn.
I'll give it another go too, but I have zero knowledge for it.
Enjoy
You
the
want-
art and take the action for what it is. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Right? It's
Listen.
an action book that has cool art, and
That's
some.
fair.
I'm gonna make a lot of people mad.
Like
I'm gonna make a lot of people mad right now. Do you know what reading Spawn feels like to me?
Wow.
It feels like reading Chris Claremont X-Men. The difference is that everyone's like, "Oh, Spawn is just whatever." You know what I mean? And Chris Claremont X-Men is classic. It's the most important thing ever. It's the same serial action bullshit, like built on issue to issue, which is why Nick feels like he can't get in on it, right? But the truth is that you just got to start it, and then it all starts connecting because they write the exact same way too. There's like 2 or 3 plot lines going. The main one gets like 16 pages. The B one gets like 4, and then at 3 issues down the line, that 4-page plot line is going to get 16. You know,
and
it's
there's
just like-
always like 3 pages of newscasters.
Yeah, and then it's too wordy. The newscasters I have actually hated since 1992.
I don't ever read them. I usually skip them. Like I might read the Fox News based one just to see how ridiculous it is.
It's like when they did that
funny-
for Batman, for New 52 Batman, where they had the little blurbs at the end.
Something like that, but he's been doing it since 92. Let me give him this much credit though, because if this was when you hear people talk about Claremont X-Men, they like worship him so much. They're like, he talked about the Brood, and then 50 issues later, he introduced it. No, he just fucking forgot about it, right? Like, you know what I mean? And what Todd McFarlane did in 1992 was realize the division, how much division there would be in the media. So I do read them. I read them really quick, and I don't like them. But there's the regular newscast, there's the entertainment-focused newscast, and then there's the crazy right-winger at the bottom. You know what
I
I
always
mean?
read that one at least.
Yeah, that's the best one to read. Now you know why they're right wingers too. So if this was Claremont X-Men, everyone would be like, he's such a genius. He predicted the way that the media would be in the future, but instead it's Spawn, so everyone's like shit on it,
I mean,
But-
Spawn isn't bad. I don't get why when people are like, Spawn was the best issue of the week, but Spawn
Yeah,
is always like fine.
I agree with you. That's how I feel. That's what I feel about Claremont X-Men, but everyone just
Didn't
brings
he
it up.
do like God loves men kill?
Listen, there's some great ideas. Yeah, he did. There's some great ideas in there.
That's like no action.
Yeah. Well, sometimes Spawn's no action. There's been 318 issues.
I've been reading it since like 308, maybe.
That's
I
cool.
started this year, and I just jumped in. And I read every issue, but I don't know that I like it.
Did you start pulling it, Cole? Because you said you were going to start pulling it.
I was
because it was
thinking about
$2.99.
it just for and then I started seeing the prices of all the universe books, and I was like, all right, never mind. See it, Todd.
But
Well, they're $2.99.
main Spawn is still $2.99, right?
Yeah, but like
The other ones are $2.99, aren't they?
No, King Spawn. Well, maybe they're just coming out with giant issues first, because King Spawn specifically is like $6.99.
Yeah, I think
that's
they're
the only
huge
one that
issues
you can
for
get on
first.
Gmart right now.
Okay, I have to go
Oh, so
look.
should
But
I
you're right
quick
about
add-
that.
Should I quick add King Spawn? Is it only? Am I gonna be upset or am I not?
No, add it. Why? I mean, what else are you fucking doing with your
Right.
money?
Cool. Thanks, Cass. I don't know if I just subscribed to that book or not. I don't know how Gmart works.
Oh boy.
Okay, Spawn. Yeah, Spawn. I don't know. If you like, it's really good art. And from what I've heard, Todd
I
McFarlane-
flipped through it a little bit, and it was like, I do like this looks sweet. Like,
Yeah. You know what Spawn is? You know when you have like that book that's too deep and you're sort of tired and you want to read a book and you don't want to read that one, like say Layla Starr or something? Spawn is the book that you just read really quick. Spawn is the book where you go, oh man, I got like my 15 minutes. Like it has its place, and there's a reason why it's gone.
Is it a good like before bed comic, like laying in bed just?
It's a good before bed comic. It's a good wake up comic.
It's like Firepower, but not as good as Firepower.
It's way better than Firepower.
Way better than Firepower.
I've stopped it after the first volume. I'll probably read volume 2.
Oh, it's been good.
I don't know. You know what's better than Firepower? The James Stocco book. It's way better, and that's a
Orphan
martial
and the
arts
Five
book.
Beats.
Oh yeah, that is very good. When's the next one coming out?
Yeah, I feel like it's been a while since we've.
I feel like it's been like 2 months since we've had an issue of that.
Yeah, because he's a great artist, and this is
takes
better
a
than.
while.
Yeah, I'm done with that. And this is also better than Firepower, but this is sort of fire. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know why people sleep on this book. It's Tim Seeley and some of the best art.
I've never heard of it.
And that's an Aftershock book, though, right?
Oh,
yeah, it's an Aftershock book.
That's why I didn't get it, because you bred into my head not to get Aftershock books.
Yeah, we'll get Tim Seeley books, and the art's great.
Let's see.
Yeah, the art is
like that.
And I know
Yeah, the
Todd
art is
loved that
beautiful.
book, so
it's
now that
it's
you replace
wonderful.
him, you can at least get into the books that he was talking about.
Yeah. Well, you guys will talk about a Liam Sharp book in a minute. I bought mine from Gmart, so I won't read it for a while.
Oh, we can talk about that right now.
I
This one?
didn't read
hop
it
in
yet.
on that.
Ooh, you should read it, Cole.
I know I will, but it's.
I'm
my
just
wife is getting
interested
her
because
haircut.
maybe
I
I'm
have
like
2 books.
jaded. Maybe I'm jaded from the Tynan run, or something. But like, I feel like this is some of the best Batman I've read in like a long time.
Well, Gargan is one of the best writers in comics, so
Maybe I expected to be like I finished and I'm like, this was awesome. I put it right at the top of my list, and mine's not open.
Welcome to the team.
And obviously Liam's art is fantastic.
You are right, Biggie. It is
Aftershock
cinnamon
is a
liquor.
cinnamon liquor.
cinnamon liquor.
So yeah, now I
He
can't
hates anything
decide-
that can't be slabbed.
They can't be slapped. I can't decide if I want to pull these issues or if I want to not pull it so I can buy the like hardcover. So I don't know. I guess I got a little while to think about it, but I kind of want it each week. But having it,
You can help me. You can help me with this, Nick, because I did buy number 1, like Gmart wise.
This one?
Is how many spreads are there that go across the middle of the page? Because Liam Sharp sometimes does a lot of big spreads.
4? I feel like it was a lot.
Yeah. So that's a big
those
deal.
aren't as good in trade
Hardcover
sometimes.
and yeah, exactly. So like Decorum #1, I realized, okay, I got to get this, and it didn't happen the rest of them. But in #1, I was like, okay, I got to buy these in floppies because it's not as good with the gutter. They call it gutter loss.
I will say, like, it has. You know how like a lot of DC books lately, the cover's a little bit thicker, but especially the really dark pages and covers that have a lot of ink on it get all wavy. Like the whole book is kind of wavy.
Yeah, Marvel's terrible with that, with their terrible paper.
A little bit and some of the pages are like stuck together right at the middle. But I don't, now that I'm looking at it, there's not that many full page stuff, but there's stuff like that.
Yeah. So really what I would be asking is like, what kind of stuff is drawn for the floppy medium, and will it be as good hardcover?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah. And I might wait too. I love Garth Ennis.
I mean, even he shared these photos, so that's even like center spread.
Yeah. And for some of us that have read Garth Ennis for a long time, I was really surprised that he's doing a Batman. I mean, it's not like, what's he doing in there, Nick? Would you say it's a like sort of trying to show Batman is a bit of a villain, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's brutal. I mean, the back quote there is, "I'm far, far worse than the multicolored rabble. I will not let." Like he's beating up on a guy. So he has his no kill code, but it's like, I'm worse because I won't kill you, kind of a thing.
Yeah. That sounds like a Garth Ennis take on a superhero for sure.
It's a very dark Batman. Yeah,
you all deserve to die.
Well, Garth Ennis already said, he's like this. He basically is this rich guy beating up on poor people. Like that was his opinion of Batman, right? So.
Yeah, that's in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Superheroes that beat people up. Anyone else read Black Hammer Reborn?
That's a nice A cover that you got there.
Yeah. This is Jeff Lemire, Caitlin Yarsky, Dave Stewart, Matt Picos.
Nick, what is that? What you're holding it right now, Nick? What is that an homage of? What is that an homage of?
Beta Ray Bill 330.
Oh, nice.
337.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was going to get that.
Yeah, just a little podcast kept saying like, "What book is that? I need to buy that." I'm getting all those.
I only knew that because there's like 500 of them coming out this year, or that have been coming out. So I've seen a lot of people talking to it.
I didn't. Superman Red, White, and Blue had one too.
And what was that? There was a Thor book. 5 or 8 or 9. The Peach Loco.
I got this cover because our shop's shipment was damaged, and they were like, "Oh, Cole has one if you want to see one." And I'm like, why don't I have it? Like, why does it get to Cole? Must go alphabetical or something. But
I'm in a V.
Jeff Lemire did this. It says Lemire after Simonson.
No, Simonson. Yeah, Simonson's run. Which,
and I usually get Lemire variants if that's like the deal. I'm like, I'll take every Jeff Lemire book. And then if he does the cover, I'll take that cover. Otherwise, I want A's.
Yeah.
So I was fine with this one, but
we doing this again?
The book itself was fantastic.
It was good.
Yeah.
I definitely it takes a crazy turn. You didn't read it? Are you even caught up with Black Hammer? I know you.
I'm not. I read some. I was reading Colonel Weird, and there were some spoilers in it. So I was like, I gotta read. Because when I originally read Black Hammer when it was new, I was like, I'm sick of this. I was just tired of like what I called post superhero, like this Watchmen copycat shit.
Yeah,
I was just done with it. Like the new take on superhero stuff, and boys and all that kind of stuff. So I left it alone, and then it continued on and became this great thing. Now I'm reading it, and I'm like on the second Age of Doom volume. Right, and I've read some of the world. I love it. Like
it's so good.
It's incredible. Yeah.
And it's just
I love it now.
I'm not caught up, and I read this anyways, and I don't think it might have some light spoiler stuff for the series, but
if you haven't read any Black Hammer, don't start with this. If you've read the first volume, you can probably read this.
You can read it, yeah.
But like Age of Doom is all about her, right?
Exactly. So it's you're right. It's just hit or miss, right?
Yeah.
It's hit or miss, and since I'm reading it in order, I decided I can wait. Because everyone says Skulldigger, you don't have to read any Black Hammer to read Skulldigger.
No, you don't.
You don't, but
and probably Barbalian. I would say you don't need any.
Yeah.
But everything else you
don't need any, but if you read Barbalian will have light spoilers for volume 1 and stuff.
Yeah, so it's just better to read in order.
Some stuff. It is. If you can, but if you're not going to or something, I think this could be a decent jumping on point too.
Sam cracked me up.
Oh, what did Sam say?
Sam said, "Waitress at the bar." There you go. That's funny. Yeah. But all I gotta tell her is I'm better than Batman is with Catwoman, and she'd be all about it.
Yeah,
Daddy.
Daddy. And then
also, it's Dr. Andromedus now. He is no longer Dr. Star.
Yeah, don't get sued, Steve.
A shout out to Ignacio DeMeglio. That's a legit working comic artist hanging out in the community now. So, and I can't remember whose show he was on because I watched so many videos. But
he was on Whack Comics.
Oh, he was recently on. Well, we don't like them. So, Ignacio, you got to come on with us.
Yeah, you got to come on with us. You know, I'll get a tattoo of a picture that you draw.
Yeah. You need to drop off
1,000 subs by tomorrow.
Yeah, you need to drop off Whack Ignacio, and you need to hop on Biggie's stream, and you need to hop on the Comic Burrito.
And you can continue hanging out with Bruce and Stephanie.
Yeah, and if you're an Italian, look, we could change the name for a month to the Comic pizza. Flat Crust Pizza.
Yeah, Comic Pizza.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that. Yeah, we can do whatever we want now that Todd's gone, so we can do. We
got freedom.
We can do that stuff. That's what I'm excited about.
I ate tacos for dinner tonight. That's a lot of burrito.
Yeah, get ready.
Freedom.
Get ready for far worse graphics. We're just going punk rock now. We're not a technical death metal band anymore. We're just doing 3 chords.
Yeah, these are going to be the only backgrounds and things that we have because these are all good. So it's just not going to change ever again.
We're going to just maybe cover Todd's face up slightly different every time with a different version of chaos.
Uh-oh. We can't hear you.
Yeah, I think you muted yourself.
It beeped. I heard it.
Yeah, I was like, did I do something?
Nope.
You can just unplug your headset and plug it back in, maybe. There, I can hear you now, I think. Nope. When you unplugged yourself, we could sort of hear stuff. What?
Can't hear anything.
I heard.
Oh, there you go.
There you are, Daddy.
Yeah, but I took my headset out.
Oh.
Did my microphone just burn out?
I heard it. Boop, 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 boop. It sounded like you muted yourself somehow.
Am I back?
Now it's good.
Yeah, now you're good.
Okay. Well, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Anyway, so what I was saying is we'll add Biggie to be the 4 least likely people to do any editing on any video at all.
I mean, I've edited like 1 video or 3.
Yeah.
So I'm now the editor. And we'll get Poser on, and he can make us crappier stuff than we'd make ourselves for.
It'll be fine. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. I'm super happy for Poser, but I feel like I'm watching a new channel.
You like auctions?
No. I mean, he fixed, I didn't even know his teeth needed fixing, to be honest. He looked fine to me, but he fixed his teeth, and now he looks different and feels like a new guy. Yeah.
It's like when Roman Reigns got veneers. You were like, wait, you didn't need that. You were handsome enough. Save some for the rest of us.
Right.
So,
Dark Age.
I don't even know what that is.
I know you don't, because it's issue number 6, and issue number 5 came out like a year and a half ago, before the pandemic started. But it was great. It's really good. It's a Red 5 book, and I really enjoy it. I won't get into it that much, but post-apocalyptic cannibals, that kind of shit. But it took me a minute. It took me a minute because it was just sort of generic at the beginning, but then it was just a solid book all the way through. And I thought it was done. And then, it was still on my pull list, and it just appeared. And it just appeared today. I didn't even.
I love that.
Yeah, 2 years old, still on my pull list.
When I created my pull list, I added Bitch Planet. No clue what Bitch Planet was. I just read the title and I was like, fuck yeah, Bitch Planet. Like 2.5 years into my pull list, I just get issue 9 of Bitch Planet. And I'm like, why do I have this? And he was like, you added that to your pull list. I was like, when? And he like looks, he was like, literally the first time you set up your pull list, you added this title to your pull list. And I was like, why would I do that? He was like, I mean, it's a cool title. And I was like, I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, issue 9 came out that far because I thought they came out, and then they came out with those World Bitch Planet books where it was like different writers.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was 8.
There was like 1 and 2, so maybe it was 7.
Yeah. Anyone still reading this?
I read the first issue, and then they didn't have the second issue at our shop because I didn't add it to my pull list.
I did the same exact thing. I did the same exact thing. I pulled one. I told him to add it to my pull, and issue 2 came out, and I didn't get it, and I went, oh, well.
Well, it's on issue 10 now. It was actually a little bit of it's been a slow burn. I would say the last 4 issues have been really good.
It was cool. I don't remember the basic premise of it. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it seems like a crappier version of Descender from what I remember of it. But I could be it was like a son and their dad in space, and they get lost in space, and then there's a son that's like,
there's no robots.
Dad?
Yeah, but
there's no giant robots destroying everything.
No drillers, no killers.
Yeah, and there's a little bit more. There's a little bit more of a magic element. Like
magic than.
Yeah, it's a.
Have you read Ascender?
I haven't gotten to Ascender yet.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So that might have a magic element. Well, this one does, because the kid ends up breathing in space, and there's a race of people that need to sacrifice him, and his dad's like the equivalent of a truck driver, and like monkeys talk and shit. So there's a fantasy. It's more fantasy than it is science fiction, to be honest.
Nick told us that he got the writer of Sea of Sorrows to get on our show, and I was like, "Oh shit, you got Jason Aaron to be on our show?" And he was like, "What?" And just sent a picture of it, and I was like, "Just kidding, I forgot the title of that book."
Could have been Dennis Hallam, or Dennis Hopeless, as he was once known. Okay, finish it off with me.
Okay,
because I got to get to the beer.
Got a new one.
Oh, well, I got beer after this. I'm going to drink with Nick after this.
Okay.
Mine's almost gone. I'll have to go get another one. Here, I'll do one. Or do you have one, Cole?
Nah, it's all you, bud.
All right. This is back.
Yeah.
Undiscovered Country 13. New arc. I'm really excited for because each arc has been a different, like, part of Americana, I guess.
The spiral.
But each part, like, there's the one where it's all like Wild West and craziness, and then the next section's all like Silicon Valley, like tech driven, and this one is kind of like art driven and stuff. So it's going to be kind of, and not just like painting, but just in general, like they have to like come up with a great American classic story kind of a thing. It's cool. I like the book a lot. It's rough issue to issue, I think, for a lot of people, but
I'm 12 issues behind on it.
Are you 12 issues behind on it?
Maybe 11. I might have read one.
For me, it's the type of book.
I don't know if I like this.
For me, it's the type of book that I have to read. It's kind of like Hickman or something, where I have to read each issue as it comes out, and then at the end of the arc, I have to read it all together. So pulling the singles works for me for this. But I probably could trade right now.
I like Undiscovered Country. Probably does read better in trade because each volume is so different. I think I might be 2 behind. I thought I was subscribing to it on Gmart, but sometimes those come in and I forget to read them. So it's in a box somewhere because I don't remember this last arc ending, to be honest.
That was pretty crazy. It was a pretty crazy one. That was my favorite arc so far. Was the last one with all the technology simulation stuff.
Yeah, so I got to go back and see if I have the older comics. I'm sure I do, but I like it. I'm a little, it doesn't. What's funny about it is it doesn't feel like a Scott Snyder comic. It doesn't feel like a Charles Soule comic.
So
it's like they.
I haven't.
Go ahead.
I haven't read a lot of Soul.
Yeah, I've heard people say it seems like each arc might be led by one person more.
Yeah, they're taking turns every other.
Well, no. They are in the notes. They said they're taking turns every other issue.
They take turns every other issue, but I think one of them like takes lead on the outline, kind of a thing, and then the other person like fills it in.
Yeah, or edits down. I mean, it doesn't feel like either. I guess of anyone, it feels a little bit more like Scott Snyder because it just gets super weird, like for weird reasons. You know, like Charles Soule's a little bit more like
I don't know. There's the Wizard.
Yeah, but that's a funny book.
Yeah,
that's weird, but it was like funny. So the Wizard. The what's the name of that book again?
Curse Words.
Yeah, Curse Words is nothing like it, right? So yeah, but
I've read the first volume of that.
Yeah, I think I've read 2, and they're
that's
really
Charles Soule.
Yeah. That is Charles Soule. That's his own.
So then I have read. Okay,
and he did like X-Men and stuff like that too.
Well, he wrote Daredevil before Zdarsky, and everyone loved it.
Did he do a Vader run?
Over, went crazy.
Yep.
Oh, his Vader run is. I can't even say it's the best because Kieran Gillen was doing a Vader run at the same time, and they're both so fucking good.
I think Ryan Braun were at Vault of Midnight doing a signing for Curse Words, which was kind of crazy.
Did you go?
I went. Yeah,
oh,
this
nice.
was like this
Thanks
was
for
like
the invite.
This was before I knew you. This was 4 years ago.
Hey, We've known each other longer than that, but not.
I didn't know you enough to be like, you want to go to this comic?
Not through.
signing?
Yeah, we didn't know that. Yeah, we didn't know that we liked comics.
Did you read this, Chaos?
You bought the wrong cover.
No, I mean I get A covers because I'm an A cover guy.
You said you liked
this is so
cover.
fucking good.
So yeah. I read the review copy, and I'm getting it, and that might, if you were still ranking them, that might be my comic of the week.
This was mine.
Was it?
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't originally, but one book that I thought came out this week didn't actually come out this week.
Red Room. It was a great issue. We'll talk about that on that week, but that was a really good issue. Vinyl, I wanted to reread it because Vinyl, I was so excited to get the review copy that like I read it instantly. And I forget the term, but it's when you the more recent thing you hold in higher regard.
It's just like the bright shiny new thing. I don't know if there's
so it's like I'll read a great book on Friday, but then by Wednesday it's like I think I have Vinyl like number 8 or something, and so it's like that was one that I was going to reread before I posted my ranking.
Well, for people in the chat,
arbitrary ranking.
Yeah.
So for people in the chat, though, what it is there's an element of body horror, but it's a little bit more cartoony. But it's this weird thing because there's a cult and a serial killer mixed in it.
It's a crime book with comedy elements, right? And like, there's horror stuff too.
I wouldn't even say it's comedy. It's almost like a sarcastic element, right?
Yeah.
If it's comedy, it's very dark comedy.
Yeah. Well, it's like Plastic was about a guy that was in love with a sex doll, and they steal the sex doll, and he's also a serial killer, so it brings a serial killer out of him. I mean, I would assume that there's some comedy, and I mean, this is a terrible thing to say, but like in like serial killers that have weird habits, like this guy likes to listen to vinyl music while he murders people, and the other guy had a sex plastic doll. So
I just got done rereading. It wasn't a read; it was the Sandman audio play. But to me, it's a reread. And in one of those books is they're at a serial killer convention, but the convention thinks it's a serial convention.
Oh,
right. Yeah. And it was the same thing, like it's something so disgusting, like being a murderer like that, or being a cult in a murderer, like if you're making a story about it, there's some like dark humor. You have to have some dark humor built into it or else it's just horrible,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I liked it a lot.
My number 8 book was Shadecraft number 4. I like that more than all other Shadecraft books that I read. I don't know if anyone else read Shadecraft.
I read Shadecraft, and I wish I was pulling that because I didn't really love issue 1 or 2, and then 3 and 4 have both been really good, really good. Yeah. But that was one that I was like, no, I gotta save something for trades and stuff, even though I'm keeping up on it, and it's really good. I like that one.
I stepped on number 2 and bent and tore the cover, and so it was almost like was almost like when a chick falls from the nest and then the mother shuns it.
Oh yeah, I had to throw one of those away.
Yeah.
And my daughter was like, "Dad, a dead bird."
Yeah, this is damaged. So Shadecraft number 2 is damaged, and I didn't continue with it. So I'll probably that looks like something that we had trade for $9.99. So I'll probably get that.
Yeah, that's a good one for it. I have an issue of Black Hammer. The what's the World War II one or World War One?
45.
Yeah, 1945. Yeah. I think my issue 3, when I opened the book, I ripped the cover down like about maybe 2.5 inches. And I've been thinking about replacing it, even though I'll probably never read that book again.
Yeah.
That series was
stupid.
But yeah. But it's still like I lay in bed at night just thinking about that tear on the cover.
Yeah.
I feel like there's 2 books we haven't talked about that should be in Nick's top 2.
Sounds like that meme of the wife thinking that you're thinking of other women, and then you're thinking about Black Hammer.
It's just man.
Issue 3's got a cover down.
Can I spend $3.99 to replace that, even if I'm not going to reread it?
Yeah, or $3.99 and $4 shipping because it's $4.
Well, no, our shop has the full set of A covers, and that's the other thing, or the full set of B covers. I have all A covers, so it's like if I get the one, then do I just replace the whole thing?
Yeah, fuck it, do it. Next week, just have those covers to show.
I'm waiting for like life to be normal, and they can do a sale again where I can get all those books for like $1.50 instead of $3.99.
Half off cover price.
Yeah,
so it'd be $2.
But I'm just gonna go in there and just grab a whole stack of them and be like, I'll give you $100 for all this. Both of my number 1 and number 2 have been said already, Cole.
Oh man, so because we did not talk about either of these 2 books.
What are we looking
Ascender was my number 3.
Ascender in Philadelphia.
Ascender was my number 3.
I like this issue of Ascender, but
I'm on 2 of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I loved this issue of Ascender. It's just it keeps ramping up and up and up and up and up, and I'm very sad that it's going to be over soon. I think there's only 2 more issues.
I know you read the puzzle box, right, Nick?
Oh yeah, I did read that
puzzle box. I read both issues last night. Did you read either of those, Chaos?
What issues?
Joker Presents the Puzzle Box.
No, I didn't read that.
Mark Russell, and it's on DCUI.
Oh, I stopped buying that when it changed over. I will soon again, just because I
didn't realize
it
was Russell. I read both of them, and I didn't even realize that was him.
I'm pretty sure it's either him or Matthew Rosenberg.
I think it's Rosenberg.
Yeah, Tyler didn't like vinyl. In fact, I think that's interesting. I thought vinyl was wonderful.
I don't know. I mean, maybe if you're not like Tyler's super weird though. Like, I don't know.
He has odd taste in hosts and comics.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that way. To be honest, Nick, I feel that way about you. Sometimes we're like right in line, and sometimes we're like, why wouldn't he like that shit?
It's definitely Matthew Rosenberg.
Is it Rosenberg?
Yeah.
What if
I
I'm
don't
not
know
like
why I get those 2 guys confused? They're really nothing alike, but I like them both evenly.
Who?
Mark Russell and Matthew Rosenberg.
Oh, we lost your mic again.
It did the same. Yeah. I don't know. It's weird because I feel like I like.
Hold on, I keep playing with it. Am I back?
Yeah, you're good.
No,
just kidding. Now you're not.
Now you're gone. You were back.
I mean, what you make up for with what you bring with technical difficulties, you make up for in true charisma. We still can't hear you, but you're still charismatic, I guess. No.
Oh. God damn it.
Now we heard the guy. Yeah, that's there.
Nope. You need new headphones.
That I can hear you now.
He's got it unplugged, and then he's
there later.
Chariot 4.
I did not read that. That
4 or 5.
I had Batman, Reptilian, and that were the next books that I wanted.
Oh, he's back. Hold on.
Heyo.
Heyo.
That's better.
No more touching shit.
Yeah,
theoretically, I'll be in my garage or in front of my computer, but 6 p.m. just getting off of work.
Well, yeah, we'll have to figure it out for future weeks. We'll have to bump it back a little bit or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I mean, I like that book. I didn't get a chance to read it, but was it still good?
Sure, it was good. There's a little bit of nudity in this one, light nudity in this one. At least a butt. But much like Homesick Pilots, I think that this one had even better colors than Homesick Pilots.
Yeah, it's definitely been good, and I know that's a book that I think Todd said is almost better digitally too.
What is it?
Maybe.
What book?
Chariot.
What book? Oh,
Chariot from AWA.
I love the writer, and I read number 1. It's one of those where I was going to either wait for trade or read it digitally.
It's a good trade, right?
The trades are worth it for AWA. They're all $9.99 and they're all solid. I mean, they're like the same kind of trade as a Marvel trade, but like they're $9.99. So I'm fine with paying. Like here's a perfect example. I have one literally sitting right here. Here's Bad Mother, the trade.
Yeah, I got that too.
$9.99.
And pre-ordered it was even cheaper. It was like $7.50.
Yeah. And even they have. I don't like recommending this because like fuck Amazon, but AWA has a deal with Amazon. You still get 10% off all the trades on Amazon. I'll just get them from my shop, and I think you get them a week earlier if you get them.
Yeah.
Hi, Brian.
There you go.
Is that the butt?
No.
Nick's showing butts now that Todd's not.
I could. No, I'll say it.
Did you read Lady Baltimore? I have not read that.
No, I haven't. You guys are.
That's a sweet cover. It looked like you just literally threw that off the screen.
Hey, this has been so while he's looking for the butt, this is if you're a Star Wars fan, the War of the Bounty Hunter has been so good. Like to
I've
think
heard
that
a lot of people like it.
Yeah, to think that all this crazy shit was happening before Han Solo got delivered to Jabba the Hutt in Return of the Jedi is so fucking awesome. Did you show the butt?
Yeah, I did. But really nonchalantly and weirdly.
Yeah.
Sideways butt.
Yeah. Even these 3 white guys got to shout.
I might be in Chicago over 4th of July weekend.
Hey, Jeff Schultz came to Vegas, gave me a bunch of messages about meeting up and hanging out. And I said, yeah. And then like Sunday morning came along. He's like, I'm leaving. Bye. I was like, oh, did I have to call you, Jeff, or what? What's going on here, Jeff? And he was with Gorilla Todd. We do have I've never met any of them yet, but we do have a Vegas group now because we have JoJo from Flicks and Comics.
Oh.
Gorilla Todd, me, and there's some other guy that everyone keeps mentioning, but I never see him in videos or anything like that. So, yeah. All the Grand Rapids guys.
He does. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm eventually going to be there at some point. And I'm probably going to like come to your house and pee in your lawn and then leave.
So Biggie's made a couple mentions on, Biggie's from a smaller town, right? Where like you go to a bar to try to get laid. In Vegas, there's so many bars. Like this is like where you can have cable at your house. You still go and watch like a Knights game here. You know, like, so. And I've been married for 14 years happily, so I wouldn't.
Because of the comics, that's how you got her, right?
Yeah.
You were sitting at a bar with comics.
In Poland.
Yeah, in Poland.
And she was like said, some sentence in Poland.
She said, you speak of the English.
And you were like, oh, very nice.
She was like Italian.
A wizard.
Yeah, she was Italian or Spaniard. We just happened to be in Poland. You speak of the English.
Yeah,
my wife's really smart and she doesn't talk like that. She does have an accent. Yeah, maybe one day I'll be on. Where's Todd gonna do this Bearded Comic Bro wife trivia thing now?
I don't know. I would assume that is whack comment. I would assume when whack, it wasn't family friendly enough for Bearded. So
yeah, hopefully, so it'll probably just be on Bearded.
I've heard
channel.
that I might be invited to be the next co-host of that.
So my thing was, I think I was supposed to go against Shattered Glass against Tyler. But my thing is like, hey, like we got to do it pretty late because the kids got to be asleep. Like, you know, one of us could be on a stream and tag team, but if like a baby wakes up, you know what I'm saying? That's 9 p.m. for us. That's late for you guys. So
yeah.
But anyway, moving on.
I read The Blue Flame,
number
2.
That was a book I also read.
Yeah, it was fine. I liked it. It's okay. It's one that I don't
liked the first issue a lot more than the second issue.
Yeah, I
and
did
I
too.
did not pull the first issue.
You didn't?
I thought that I asked for it, so it was one of those I didn't. I ended up checking like the Facebook messages. I didn't ask for it, but I was like, if it's in my box, I'll get it. If it's not, I won't.
Yeah.
I read
got
Good
a
Luck
G
by
mark.
Boom.
I think Valiant is filling my need for that book right now. Like if I wasn't reading
superhero stuff.
Yeah, if I wasn't reading all the Valiant stuff, then maybe I would be bigger on Blue Flame.
Well, Bronze Age Byron or Brian, you'll have to take him to some shops, and he can do some shop videos of your shop.
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
So,
we're not great for back issues here, I find, in my opinion. Like when people want to hunt, it's like it doesn't seem like there's very many good places.
I feel like that's our town too now. Like it maybe it used to be a little better, but there's a few places maybe.
Yeah.
that-
I mean, it depends on what you want to get.
yeah.
Well, how big is Grand Rapids again? Is it 2 million people?
We have 7 shops.
Well, that's great.
How
I mean,
many
but
people?
normally
Greater
population
Grand
isn't
Rapids.
based on your comic book shops.
Well,
Hold on. We
We looked
have
this up.
we have.
this says 198,000.
Well, that's
no,
in Grand
but
Rapids
metropolitan.
proper.
Yeah, metropolitan.
431 is what this is saying.
Oh, so you guys are only 500,000 about. So you guys are like Bakersfield, basically.
Yeah, it's a little big town.
Yeah. I thought you guys were over 1 million.
No.
I thought we were 2.
Did you?
2?
No, I don't know. Maybe. Oh no, in Metro we have 1 million.
1
We're
million.
the
okay.
52nd biggest city when we talk about Metro.
Yeah, your metropolitan area.
So
If
we're
you
not
count
a
Battle
top
Creek.
50 city.
If
But-
you count
well,
Battle Creek.
Well, we're gonna take Kalamazoo over Battle Creek, but those are pretty much the same thing. So if you're drinking Bell's beer ever, that's loosely Battle Creek.
Yeah, Bell's is great. That's a great brewery.
Yeah, I mean they make the best beer in the United States.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but that's a great brewery.
I don't.
I
I,
heard it has to be the best beer in the world,
that's
or in the United,
that's
maybe in
maybe
the world.
fair. That's maybe fair.
I mean, just because you can literally buy it almost anywhere and
Yeah.
at any time.
It's
No,
solid.
Bell's. You can't find Bell's very easily out here at the
No?
store. Yeah, you got to go look
That's
for
surprising.
it. But I mean, is Firestone easy for you guys to buy? There's one of the best
I've never
breweries
even
out.
heard.
What,
Right.
805? 805? Thank you.
That sounds sort of familiar.
Yeah, 805 is pretty. So, Stone.
We can get Stone.
Yeah, Stone's all over the country. So, Bell's is not. You guys like literally go to Florida and Michigan. That's like the 2 places you guys go.
Somebody in the chat.
That's really
Let's
cheap.
drop a number.
Florida's new.
1 through 10. Because it is loosely-ish at the end of the month. What are your thoughts
Round
on Round Barn? Oh, that's like the winery. I don't really drink wine, but I think my wife went there on a bachelorette party.
Oh, I think I had a contract for that bachelorette party. I wore a bear
Nice.
mask.
Bear mask.
did you play vinyl and murder somebody? All right, Schultze said 3. So it is getting close to the end of the month. If you guys have watched our show before, the end of
It's
the
our
month,
time of
usually-
the month.
it's our time of the month. We like to give away a Scout box, and if you ever want to buy some Scout comics, make sure you use Burrito, all caps,
10% off.
10% off. So we got 3 from Schultz, so we're going to shuffle it 1, 2, 3 times. All you have to do to get on this wheel is either join our Discord, play some games, use all your things like Chaos, and have a 49% chance of winning it, and then
And
not
lose.
win it.
Yeah,
Or
and then,
just leave a comment on any video. You only
And
get an
then
entry
sleep
for
the
one
channel.
comment.
and then sleep the channel.
Yeah.
So, am I even on
The
this?
winner is. No, I don't think you left a comment this month. Taylor Winder.
Taylor Winder. On your quick review for silver coin number 3.
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
to put what
The only
they
videos
leave
that
the
get
comment-
views.
Ouch. We have 14 right now. That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
And I'm not even one of them.
Yeah. That's like 10% what the Tiger King used to get on his streams, not on YouTube.
Yeah. Wow, we're no Tiger King.
And also, Claire and the Dragon #1 came out from Scout. That was a Scoot book.
I haven't read that yet because my daughter has been really wanting to read comics lately to me, and I was saved that for her to read to me. But then I got home and she was extra grumpy and got sent to bed early.
The only
so I didn't get a
thing
chance to read it yet.
that I will say about that book is, for a Scoot book, it seemed way wordier than other Scoot books.
Yeah,
But I don't know if like it was also like a late. I read it at like midnight. But I'm pretty sure it's wordier. But I don't know if the words were bigger words. There were just lots of words.
Yeah,
So
you
I
should
don't
have read
know, I know.
Spawn. You should have read Spawn at that time.
I probably did read Spawn directly after that.
we were reading. Hold on, what is it? It's very wordy for a 8-year-old. She was having a lot of difficulty with the words. It's Phoebe and her unicorn. There's just it's very good vocabulary. I think it'll be very good for her just reading in general. She's a little bit advanced for her age in reading, but she still has trouble with some words like that. So I think it'll be good. The only other thing I read was Good Luck #1, which I almost picked up because it had a really cool foil cover.
Yeah. I didn't love that book, but
I didn't
okay.
either. It was the same with Beckstar #2.
I like Beckstar a lot.
Do you?
Beckstar #2 is in my top 7.
It was in my top 16. Which
I have number 1. I
I
haven't read it.
don't like hate it. It's just I don't think it's really for me.
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, it's loosely. If you like RPGs, it's like that, and that has that sense. Like the main character is a luck dagger. So if you've ever played D&D, that's just a thing. That
Wait,
is like,
Beckstar. You're talking about Beckstar?
Beckstar.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny because that Good Luck is all about luck too. Quantifiable luck.
Yeah. But Beckstar, the main character, but they don't want to use their artifacts. It's more like a spacey campaign tabletopper.
Who likes lesbians?
I like that book. I didn't read it. Ablaze is kind of weird how they do preview covers, and I forgot to email them and ask them for that, or I probably would have read it.
Yeah. Well,
also they look. This
her
doesn't
early
look
work.
like the two characters in the story.
It's a different cover artist.
I know,
it's a different
but
cover artist. Well, it's okay. It's Maria Levitt's. It's Maria
the art
Levitt's
is
early
worth
work.
it for me.
Yeah, and it's her early work too. So it's like more like watching. I've said this before, but it's more like watching your favorite baseball players like minor league, minor league run on YouTube or something.
Who is the guy? Brandon Inge from the Tigers. He was really big in our minor league team that's in Grand Rapids.
Oh, in Grand Rapids. Oh, nice. Yeah. Good for you. We're probably going to get the A's here soon. So we have the A's minor league team in Vegas, but I mostly just wait for because the A's don't keep good people in AAA. So I mostly just wait for other teams to come through with their great young players.
Yeah, that's it.
We already showed it.
Yeah, he wasn't here for that. Here.
I mean, I can't show it glowing because the light from my monitor, it just doesn't work. So I'll take a picture in the closet later, and I'll post it on the Discord.
And his hand will be sticky like a pitcher's baseball.
Books I need to read. I showed this one already. Gamma Flight, Silk, which isn't great. Guardians of the Galaxy. I probably should have read Nuclear Family because that book's great, but I didn't.
That's one I keep hearing a lot about. That
You got this.
I grabbed that. I have that. I didn't.
I like the first issue.
I'm waiting. I wanted to get that, and I bought 4 Superman Man of Tomorrow, the fucking what was it? The Infinite Frontier books or whatever. That I still haven't. I bought them because I was planning on reading Mr. Miracle, and then I haven't read those, and then I didn't pull Mr. Miracle.
It was a huge DC week, but apparently it's
glad I didn't.
Also, check out this #1 I copped. It is a B cover, but baby tooth. They just add baby tooth
teeth.
#1 or teeth, whatever.
How much you get it for?
Cover price.
Nice.
Wow. I don't know if it's going for cover price. That seems really cool.
I mean, I don't know. I'm probably gonna give it away on Poser's channel. But
Baby Teeth is really good. It's probably my favorite Donny Cates thing. Actually.
Interesting.
Yeah. How about this?
I think that came out last week.
This did?
Yeah.
Okay, well then so did this.
I did read it last week.
That also.
Black Friday was great.
Black Friday ended really good. Did you read it?
No, I haven't read it. I just got it today.
So
you read the
I've read
first
one
two?
and two. I've read one and two. Yeah.
It's good, and I like the art.
Yeah, the art's great. Like weirdo art.
Yeah. I didn't like it at first, and then
it definitely takes a second to get.
It was like, okay, this is
At this point, when I see art like that, I go, okay, it's given me a weird reaction. It's not standard, so I need to give it more of a chance.
Yeah.
And I always end up liking, like Black Cotton's the same way, right? It looks like someone just drew it with a Sharpie.
Right.
Especially issue 1. You know, and I was like, okay, let me give it a chance. This like raw sort of depiction of what the script is, and then I always end up liking it. So.
Well, yeah, if we missed a book,
I don't think
you guys read. Let us
the
know
three of us.
in the comments below. And come back, like, subscribe, do whatever. Also, you can win a Scout box maybe at some point.
Someone just did. I forget who it was.
Yeah. This Week in Comics.
This Week in Comics.
I'm not done.
I'm not done yet. Oh, finish it.
And everyone welcome Chaos to the team. Let us know what your thoughts are on him replacing Todd. Did you enjoy this more? Did you enjoy this less? Did you like the chaos that he brought? We talked X-Men.
I thought it was refreshing. I'm Nick. He's not going to do it.
Oh, I do it? Oh, I thought it was
you're part of us.
So start all over.
I'm Cole.
I'm Nick.
I'm your stepdad.
Thanks, Dad.
We got Daddy and Stepdaddy.
Yeah, Stepdaddy. Bye.